Hello, everybody out there. Kind of a terrible clap, but we're going to go with it anyways. So for today's video, wanted to talk about a trial that recently wrapped up at the end of November. Really hadn't been made aware of it until recently. Happened in Lewiston, New York with, what is his name? Christopher Belter. Kind of a crazy situation that happened. I don't feel like too many people are talking about it, and the ones that are definitely seem very divided on their opinions. So I did want to kind of delve into my opinion and kind of break down the information that's available and kind of talk about the issue and then the issue within the issue and then the bigger issue on top of the issues. So a lot to kind of talk about. So hopefully you guys do appreciate my opinion and enjoyed the video. But before we get into the actual video, if you could real quick go down and... You thought I was going to say like and subscribe. No. So if you could please go in and share or tag your friends in this video if it is helpful or informational, if you think someone will enjoy it, appreciate it, or maybe you want to piss off one of your friends because you think my opinion's correct and they disagree with me and you can please please share with them and tag them in it. The whole idea of doing all these videos for the Greater Than movement is really just getting more people aware of the content, helping people improve their lives, and also just kind of spreading positivity and spreading some awareness about different topics and different things. So again, if you could share it directly, tag people in it, however you want to do it, whatever social media site you're seeing this on, be greatly appreciate it. So hopping right into the video, I'm going to do a little bit of reading just to kind of like recap what I got out of this article and kind of break down what actually happened. So back in, looks like 2018, Christopher Belter, who was, I believe it was 16 and 17 at the time, was accused and now sentenced and pled guilty to raping 4 different girls, 3 of which were 16 and 1 of which was 15 at his house. His parents apparently like to host parties and give the kids alcohol and all that fun jazz, so the girls would get, would drink, some of them smoked weed, and he would then take them in his room and rape them. And he pled guilty to raping these 4 women, and this is where this whole story kind of takes off, is that he pled guilty to raping these four girls, 4 women, and ultimately the judge came back and the judge sentenced him, I believe, to however many years, 8 years of probation, and that he had to register as a sex offender. And at first when you read that, you think, well, he didn't go to jail because he was a minor, right? Well, no. Earlier in October of this year, that same judge said he was going to try him as an adult because he was 16 and 17 at the time of things happening, and he also literally said, you're right, I plead guilty to raping these 4 girls. So not only did he plead guilty, not only did the judge choose to try him as an adult, but he still only gave him 8 years of probation and has to be a registered sex offender. When asked about it, the judge said, and I quote, "I agonized. I'm not ashamed to say that I actually prayed over what is the appropriate sentence in this case, because there was great pain. There was great harm. There were multiple crimes committed in the case." And then he goes on to say, "It seems to me that a sentence that involves incarceration or partial incarceration isn't appropriate, so I am going to sentence you to probation." That's what he said to the kid, Christopher Belter. So I want to let this kind of like sink in real quick, that he tried him as an adult, he pled guilty to rape, and then the judge says that he prayed about it, and so therefore he didn't sentence him to jail or prison. I would like you to really ask yourself, how many times out of 10, regardless of with this judge or any judge, is someone going to not go to jail, or prison rather, if you plead guilty to 4 counts of rape? Really ask yourself. So not only is the first issue, like we're going to unpack this with all the, because there's 3 issues here, whether you see 3 or not. The first issue, I don't care, this is where people are really divided on. So I'm going to get to the divided part first, I guess, and then get into my other issues that I have with it. People are very divided on the judge praying. For me personally, I consider myself a religious person, but I can confidently say that there is nowhere in my mind that I can see that this judge is aware that he's guilty, he pleads guilty, and he's going to say that he prayed to God about it. He doesn't even say he prayed to God, he just said he prayed. Doesn't say God told him anything. He says he prayed and this was his decision. And obviously you can kind of like, figure out what he kind of means and kind of like, I guess he kind of insinuates what he means within what he said. And again, I can respect everybody's religious beliefs and what you think and what you hold near and dear, but at the end of the day, his job is to be a judge. His job is to make sure people follow the law, and if they don't and they're guilty, then he needs to punish them accordingly. And again, it leads back to what I just said, is that how many times out of 10, how many times out of 100 is someone who's going to be found guilty, pleads guilty, and is tried as an adult, not going to have any amount, not a month, not a week, not a year, not 6 months. Even the Brock Lesnar or Brock, whatever the fuck his name was, that stupid ass kid, he even went to prison for 6 months, which wasn't long enough. That's neither here nor there. But even he went to prison. And that was one person. This is 4. So it doesn't make any logical sense. And you really can't be like, oh, I don't really care. I respect people's religious beliefs, but like, it's not his job to pray. It's his job to do what needs to be done, follow the law of the land, and sentence this guy appropriately. And he did not do so. And at the end of the day, I feel like it's a really big scapegoat, and I feel it's kind of like a cover-up, in my honest to God opinion, because I really truly believe that there's more to the story. And to kind of continue what I'm saying is that first off, again, like the division is that people are saying, oh, God told him that, so that's all that matters. And I disagree. That's not his job. His job is to do his job, is to sentence this kid appropriately, like everyone else would, and not have bias because of his religious beliefs or any other beliefs. Because I can guarantee the people are saying like, oh yeah, he did what God said. If the guy was Muslim or Catholic or any other religion, and they prayed to their God, and they said, sentence him to death, and that's what he chose to do, that was his justification, they'd be up in arms. They'd be losing their fucking minds. Excuse me for cursing, but they'd be losing their minds. And it'd be the same thing if it was in reverse. If he said that his God that wasn't Jesus or God or whatever told him to not put him in prison, all these people that are religious, who are Christians, who believe in Jesus Christ as their savior, I feel like the vast majority of them would be jumping on it and saying, you can't use that. You can't say you prayed to some other God and that's why you're not going to sentence him to prison. So you can't have it both ways. There's none of this like double standard crap that they're trying to pull. So first and foremost, it's complete BS. It is. Now my second issue that I truly have is this sets a very bad precedent. This is a very bad precedent for what happens when a guy, a male, a boy, a young man rapes another woman. Not just one, but 4. It sets a very bad precedent for what should be happening when someone admits that what they did is wrong, they were aware of what they did was wrong, they pled guilty to what they did, and we're going to let them go basically scot-free. And a lot of people will say, oh, he's going to have this over his head, he's a sex offender. I don't care. He has no business being in the public area, especially because he already broke his probation once, and it was some stupid like provision of his probation, but he already broke it. He doesn't deserve to be out and free. Period. Point blank. I don't care what anybody says. It sets a very bad precedent for women's rights, women's equality, and what deserves to happen to someone who rapes women. Not just one. It doesn't matter if it's not just one, but it literally was 4. 4. I know it's 8, but 4 for the love of God. And then my final issue with this case, and I'm going to stir the pot a little bit right here, but I don't care because it's the truth. And the truth sucks. There's the hard truth bucket. I talked about it in one of my very first videos. The hard truth bucket is the stuff that no one else is going to tell you because they don't have the balls to say it. But I don't care. I will. The issue is, hate to say it, this kid's white. His family's white. And before you say, but Ethan, you're white. I understand. Like, you can see like how pale I am. I'm pretty white. I'm pretty aware that I'm white. He's white. His family's white. Oh, and both of his parents are lawyers. They live in a mansion. They're multimillionaires. Do you think that their status, his status, the fact that his skin color is white, do you think that it affected the judge's decision? Do you think that it affected what he decided to sentence them to? Do you think in any way, shape, or form, maybe his parents knew the judge? I'm not going to go in and like do like crazy conspiracy theory, but like really ask yourself. They work in the same area. They probably know each other. And even if they didn't know each other, I'm going to tell you in my honest to God opinion, if he was black, if he was Hispanic, I honest to God believe, and the women were white like they were, and there was 4 of them, this guy would be going away for a long, long time. And again, what it does is it sets a bad, bad precedent. Because now, if something similar happens, and it's similar ages and similar situations, and it happens to be a black kid or a Hispanic kid, they should have the same punishment, right? But that's not what'll happen. That's not the reality. People won't say that because their mindset shifts. The judges will sentence them differently. And I hate to be the truth bearer, but it's based on the color of their skin to some degree, somewhere. You can argue and fight it, but I can tell you, if you think about it logically, that's what would have happened 9 times out of 10. So this is my video. I really don't like talking about political stuff. I really don't like getting into it, but I feel like there were some things that need to be addressed, and I addressed all 3 of them. And I really feel like this kind of stuff needs to be talked about. People need to realize that we need to be striving for equality of race and sex, and also just not letting people do stupid stuff that doesn't make any sense. Ergo, what he said he based his decision off of, with all the facts that were presented, and it's literally his job to do what he didn't do. So that is what I do have. If you guys did enjoy the video, again, I would please ask that you share it. If you do want to do the whole like and subscribe thing, you can. Obviously, it's another way to help out the channel. If you do see the social media, if you do see this on social media somewhere, normally I do like to answer live questions. I'm not doing this video live. A lot of these political ones I don't like to answer live because I get some like random crap like on the live videos that I do. I do them on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Facebook. You can find me on all the social media channels. The Greater Than Movement is where you're going to find it. So again, if you guys did enjoy it, please do share it, tag somebody in it, just kind of spread the awareness, and hopefully it kind of brings some more insight and perspective into bigger issues other than just this one specific case. So again, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay healthy, stay safe, and remember, above all, be greater than, guys. I'll talk to you real soon. Hope you have a fantastic night. Bye-bye.